Hello everyone, welcome to Statistics Made Easy. In the previous episode, we understood what statistics is and why it matters. Today, we are going to learn the most important basic terms in statistics. If you understand these clearly, the rest of the statistics will become much easier. Today, we will learn the key terms, that is population, sample, parameter, statistic, variable, and data. So, what is population? In statistics, population does not mean only people. A population means the entire group that we want to study. For example, all the students in a university. If we want to study the average height of students in a college, every student in that college is a part of population. So remember this simple idea. Population is the complete group we are interested in studying. Now imagine something. Suppose a university has 20,000 students. Is it easy to measure the height of every student? Probably not. So, instead, we choose a small group from that population. This smaller group is called a sample. So, population is 20,000 students, sample is 200 students from selected from the 20,000 student. So, remember, sample is a smaller group selected from the population for study. Most real world studies use samples because they save time, money, and effort. Next term, parameter. A parameter is a numerical value that describes a population. For example, the average height of all students in a university. But here is the challenge. Since measuring the entire population is difficult, so parameters are usually unknown. So, statisticians try to estimate them using samples. This brings us to the next term, statistic. A statistic is a numerical value calculated from a sample. Suppose we measure the height of 200 students. If the average height of these 200 students is 170 centimeter, then 170 centimeter is statistic. So remember this difference. Parameter describes population. Statistic describes sample. And the goal of statistics is often to use statistics to estimate parameter. Now comes variable. Variable is characteristic or measurement that can be determined for each member of a population. For example, height of students or age, marks in an exam. Why it is called a variable? Because the value varies from person to person. One person may score 80 marks, other may score 65, another may score 92. So, variable is a characteristic that can have different value. Now, let us understand what is data. When we collect values of variable, these values become data. Suppose we record the marks of 5 students. That's 80, 65, 92, 74, 88. These numbers are data. So remember, variable is what we measure. Data, the values we collect from that variable. We will discuss more about data and types of data in the next episodes. Let us see one case. Determine what the key term referred in the following study. Now pause the video, read the question twice or thrice, try to determine population, sample, parameter, statistic, variable, data, etc. Here, a insurance company would like to determine the pro- proportion of all medical doctors who have been involved in one or more malpractice lawsuits. The company selects 500 doctors at random from a professional directory and determines the number in the sample who have been involved in a malpractice lawsuit. So the solution is the population is all medical doctors listed in the professional directory. The parameter is the proportion of medical doctors who have been involved in one or more malpractice suits in the population. The sample is the 500 doctors selected at random from the professional directory. The statistic is the proportion of medical doctors who have been involved in one or more malpractice suits in the sample. The variable is the number of medical doctors who have been involved in one or more malpractice suits. The data are either yes, was involved in one or more malpractice lawsuit, or no, was not. So these terms form the foundation of statistics. Once we understand these clearly, the concepts like probability, distributions, and hypothesis testing will become much easier. Let us quickly revise everything we learned today. Population, the entire group we want to study. Sample, smaller group selected from the population. Parameter, numerical value describing a population. Statistic, numerical value calculated from a sample. Variable, characteristic that can take different value. Data, collected values of variables. If you enjoyed this explanation, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Statistics Made Easy. See you in the next episode. Thank you.